evening, viewers, and welcome to this edition of NTV Sports Page. It's Wednesday, the 1st of March, and I'm Curtis Morton. In our headlines, CBIS holds cross-country event, and in our feature for this evening, Antigua in the ascendancy versus Nevis. We'll take this break, and I'll be right back.
Salt is an important part of the human diet, but most of us consume more than we realize.
Well, I'm back, and we start with this item in sailing. The Turtle Beach Regatta 2023 was recently hosted by the Nevis Aquatic and Sailing Center in conjunction with the St. Kitts Yacht Club and Beach Addictions. We get this report from Daniel Connor.
On Saturday, February 25th, the Nevis Aquatic and Sailing Center, along with the St. Kitts Yacht Club and Beach Addictions, held the Turtle Beach Regatta. It was a beautiful day. It started with yoga, followed by a big beach cleanup of Turtle Beach, and then led to kite boarding and sailing races. 4 races were done in all. There were 3 shorter races held before lunch, followed by a long race in the afternoon. Everybody did a great job, and we're saying a well done to all of the participants that took part in the competitions. The results from the competition, and a big congratulations to the winners, are in the Optimist class. We have in 3rd place, Grayson Burrell, 2nd place, Abhijit Srinivasan, and taking home 1st place is Skyla Connor. The RS Fever class is a 2-handed boat, and 1st place was taken home by Ricardo Keynes and Nestor Tadam. Next up, the laser class ended with a tie between Amadi Byron Hendrickson and Lion Gilbert. However, we did have a tiebreaker competition, and Amadi Byron Hendrickson came home with the 1st place. The next class was the Hobie Wave Catamaran class, and 1st place was received by Rupert and Nathan. And in the kiteboarding class, the wind was a bit light for all the kiteboarders, but we still managed to get a race in and came home with 1st place to Nicholas Dupree. We want to say a big thank you to all who came out and joined the day. And a special thank you to the volunteers, Carolyn Dion for the race committee boat and committee duties, along with Art and Carolyn Woods for race committee duties. We look forward to hosting more events, more races and regattas coming up this year. So please stay tuned to social media and the Facebook pages of the Nevis Aquatic and Sailing Center and the St. Kitts Yacht Club for more updates on future competitions in sailing.
Now to athletics. The Cicely Brown Integrated School held its annual cross-country event on Tuesday, the 28th of February. There was much hype and excitement as the children were ready to compete, and the many parents and other supporters, including a contingent from the nearby Ivor Walters Primary School, watched on in anxious anticipation. The first set of races were coordinated very close to the school, but the 2 major races saw the athletes running through the nearby village and making the run back on the main road to the school. The results were: 1st event, 1st, Tamar Brown, Blueberries. 2nd event, 1st, Jerry Grant, Honeybees. 2nd, Zia Stapleton, Honeybees. 3rd, Nikali Bello, Blueberries. 4th, Kimani Bello, Blueberries. 3rd event, 1st, Sienna Richards, Blueberries. 2nd, Zekia Dore, Honeybees. 4th event, 1st, Malia Dore, Honeybees. 2nd, Jacolia Francis, Blueberries. 3rd, Rachel Sharon, Honeybees. Tishante Thomas, Blueberries. 4th, and 5th, Octavia Stanley, Honeybees. For the 5th event, 1st, Unique Paris, Honeybees. 2nd, Andrew Samuels, Blueberries. 3rd, Kijonte Hobson, Blueberries. 4th, Jelani Herbert, Honeybees. And 5th, Douglas Kelly, Honeybees. We're taking some excerpts. athletes in sight here now. You could hear the encouragement. We have two, well, one athlete leading here. The other athlete, the gold, is struggling, but the Blue House athlete is leading by a long margin here. Sharika Richardson, Sharika Jackson's first cousin, my goodness, with a little style too. Little style and fashion. A little style and fashion, I could tell you. She knows that she's a winner. She knows that she's a winner. Oh yeah, she knows she's a winner. She celebrates big time. And then we have the second placer coming through. Second placer coming through here. Yeah, she comes. And it's all Gold House. All Gold House. All Gold House.
Good job, good job.
Very excited parents and students there here. So it's real excitement here. We're gonna have the bigger girls and boys now. They should be having a much longer route, and we're gonna see how this one peters out. But certainly some excitement here with the Cicely Brown Integrated School cross-country event today. Actually, it's the last of the month, February 28th. They will start now. They're on their way. So we have some 5 athletes in this one. And we are already hearing some encouragement here as we come around the corner. We have a Blue House athlete leading already, and we have Gold rushing her, getting close, and we have some persons encouraging along the way. Normally they would have an issue in terms of keeping up with the actual athletes, but we have 3 athletes already trailing here. So 3 athletes trailing, but with a parent or sibling assisting. These 2 at the front, 2 at the head of the line, but Gold House starts to pull away once more with Blue holding her own, but oh, she has stopped. She's tired, but Gold doing well. Blue has started to run again with the encouragement. So the encouragement is not for the Gold House athlete, who seems to be struggling somewhat now. Yes, she isn't as coordinated as she was earlier. She seems as if she wants to stop. Well, not just wants to stop. She stops for a moment, just a quick moment, and then she stops again, looks back to see Blue House coming. So she says, hey, I have to run. So the encouragement is for Blue House. Blue House has all the encouragers there, an entourage. And you can see that they would have done some training, because they look pretty fit coming up here with the Blue House athlete. They're trying to encourage her to stay closer. And now finally, and the flag and everything, but she stops, and here she comes running again. So it's a kind of spurt thing, bit, piece. And so Blue getting some more encouragement here. Blue, and there's another. Well, the other Blue athlete has vanished for the moment. But Gold walking. Blue starts to run again. And so too does Gold. They're telling her that Blue is coming like a jet plane. Blue is trying to finish this quickly here. Blue is really rushing it here. Here's Blue. And she crosses the line just about now. And that's a very good finish indeed. And here comes the Blue House athlete. She has done pretty well. So we're gonna see where the others are. We might just, well, there's a Gold House athlete coming up the road. She just got some encouragement, and she's gonna get some more encouragement as she goes near the flag. So there's a Gold House athlete who should be appearing any moment now, as a couple of persons on the track. But the goalhouse athlete should be appearing just about now. And there she is, being told there's a finish line, finish strongly. And she does. Here's the finish, good, strong finish. To take the bronze. Stand by, Kimball. So, flag goes up. They're off. And look at that push out. Look at that lean. That Usain Bolt lean. That Usain Bolt lean here, man. He has that lean and he's just pushing ahead of the others. Nice lean. He says he almost hit the truck. He was that quick. And now he has been caught up by the guy with the longer legs. So he says, no, I'm not going to let you go ahead of me. So he still has that bit of a lean. Still win this race. Blows athlete just turned the corner. There's another blows athlete there again. And now we have two blows athletes, but they're way out of contention now. Winner by a mile. This must be Marcella's son, because Marcella has joined in the party. Marcella takes him to the finish line. And Marcella is smart. She didn't run for a long distance at all. She just ran for a short distance today again. And he's moving really nicely to the finish line. What a finish. What so strikes. Hand pumping. Nice strikes to finish. Beautiful finish. And then we have the other athletes. Not as powerful a finish, but a finish nonetheless. He who endures to the end gets a round of applause.
We'll take this break and I'll be back with our feature for this evening.
Travel has become an essential part of our daily lives. We look forward to our annual leave so that we can go to that exotic destination we dream about all year. Even though we had to deal with heavy security guidelines and restrictions, this has never hampered our ability or desire to move around. Today, COVID-19 has placed major restrictions and protocols on how we approach travel. I still wish to travel, and I'm sure many people out there still wish to travel. However, it is our duty to be responsible while traveling. Practice safety guidelines at home and during your travels so that we all can remain safe. A safer Nevis depends on you. Cheers.
Well, I'm back and cricket is in the spotlight. On day 2 of the Leeward Islands encounter between Antigua and Barbuda and Nevis being played at the Eatabillet Park, Nevis came out with renewed vigor to restrict the visitors to 489 for 9 before they declared. Plans for the Antiguans to have a quick bang during the morning session were foiled when Nelson Boland clean bowled Rakeem Cornwall on his overnight score. Nevis started steadily in response with Ross Powell batting superbly, and then he was unfortunately run out. Thereafter, a superlative knock by skipper Kyron Powell, ably assisted by Carlon Bowen Tuckett, led the fight back for Nevis. Nevis was eventually all out for 245. The Antiguans chose to bat again. 2 quick wickets gave the home team a sniff of getting back into the game, but Williams and Gore batted resolutely to the end of play, getting their team to a safe 81 for 2 and an overall lead of 325 heading into today, the final day. Summary scores: Antigua and Barbuda 489 for 9 declared, Kareem Gore 175, Nelson Boland 3 for 100, Nevis 245 all out, Kyron Powell 92, Carlin Bowen Tuckett 42, Ross Powell 31, Jaden Carmichael 28. Nino Henry bagged 3 for 25, Kofi James 2 for 34, Kelvin Pittman 2 for 52. Antigua and Barbuda 81 for 2, Karima Gore 38 not out, Tyrone Williams 32 not out, Nelson Boland 1 for 17, Ken Pemberton 1 for 17. Antigua and Barbuda led at that point by 325 runs. We take in some of the action from day 2.
Well, Ross Powell playing a couple of shots here, which has the Antiguan slips buzzing. They're looking for something. Settles now as the bowler moves in now to bowl. This time he leaves it alone outside the off stump. That ends a pretty eventful over with Ross Powell playing a couple of shots. He seems as if he wants to get out of this jail and played a couple of shots. Ill-advised, I must admit. And fortunately, he's still there. We understand that Antigua and Barbuda, they went on to bat this morning, continued from 475 overnight, and apparently got to 4 in the 480 something. We'll have to verify the score a little later before they declared for about 9 wickets, and now Nevis is at the crease. Whereas Duan Webb taking strike. Now to bowl. He's driving beautifully to the offside. That's a lovely shot. Extra cover drive. A little bend of the knee. Full pitched and beautifully driven there by Duan Webb. The man Sensi at his superb best. So right away, Rakeem Cornwall, who seems to be the captain, making an adjustment to the field. He has sent a man to short mid-wicket. I don't know what he's seen, but for whatever reason, that adjustment has been made. As the batsman pulls out of it, the bowler has to wait. Well, Rakeem Cornwall is still talking and setting the field. That's the problem. So the batsman pulled out because he heard the chatter and rightfully pulled out. So here's the left arm seamer, number 64 on his back. Races in now to bowl to Webb. Webb is turning at this, and the ball goes through to the keeper. I remember, I think it was Kofi James got out to a similar shot, just fanning it. The only difference is that man at long leg is a little wider. The man at long leg on that occasion, Kimani Webb, was a little closer, somewhere here. But it was played in the air, just fanning it off the hip. So probably not the shot advised at this moment as he moves in once more. To bowl to Webb. He bowls. He's driving at that and he doesn't know where it went. The man is chasing, coming across, pulls it in there, going back for the second. He didn't know too much about that because it was an inside edge and he wasn't sure where it went. And called through by Ross Powell. They got 2. So here he goes. Moves in once more to bowl. He's driving at that. He threw everything at that. He had the width and he really flung the bat at it. He peeled off the outer edge in the air, but safe, and he really went at it hard. They say if you're going at it, you go at it hard. Duan Webb has read the script and he hit it hard. It went backward of point for 4. We just got the updated scores, but we're going to get back to that as the bowler moves in now to bowl to Powell. He's punching this one into the offside, but well fielded. So Antigua continued batting and Nevis bowling came back really well this morning.
Big Rakim Cornwall was clean bowled by Nelson Boland for 20, his overnight score. So the big hitting didn't come off this morning. They actually declared at 489 for 9. And Nevis now 22 for no loss. Webb is on 6. Ross Powell is on 15. Here he goes, moves in now to bowl. Powell is flicking at that. There was a half shout. The bowler realized that it was missing the leg stump by a long way. And so withheld the appeal. We're hearing some horns in the distance. I could only assume that the Charlestown Secondary School is celebrating their recent victory in St. Kitts with a motorcade. But here he goes, moves in now. He's driving down the ground. That's a lovely shot by Ross Powell. Oh, he's treating the crowd to some shots here. Up in his half, and he drove it beautifully through mid-off for 4. He creamed it. And you get the impression as if the motorcade will be passing the gate at the far end pretty soon. Matter of fact, you could see it's a CSS thingy. You see the gold house, well, the gold colors, and then there's the big bus and with the waves. So Charlestown Secondary School celebrating in style. But who is celebrating here? He's driving. Really a bend of the knee, hitting it down to the man at mid-on. So back to the motorcade. There they go. Couple of vehicles. Some people were walking as well. So congratulations to Charlestown Secondary. Another lovely shot by Ross Powell. It might, no, it wouldn't go into the boundary. 2 more to the total. Offside. That's a lovely shot by Ross Powell, but I don't think it will go to the boundary. They should think for 3 here. Definitely, he pulled it in just inside the rope, and they get 3 runs very easily. Here goes once more. Races in now to bowl to Powell is banging this one through the offside. It's going down the hill, but I don't think he has the legs to go to the boundary. The man is chasing after it, but he has given up already, surprisingly. Just the way he was running. And well, Webb just stood up there. Webb just stood up there like he was in park. Ross Powell saw the opportunity to go back, and even after Ross Powell got up there, Webb still stayed in park. He just stood there like he was frozen, and Antigua celebrates. I think he was on, definitely was on. Ross Powell saw the opportunity, but there was Dwan Webb. Surprisingly, he didn't even make a move. Captain Kyron Powell walks to the crease. West Indies player, and they'll be thinking that this is the man they'll want to see the back of early, the Antigua team. And of course, Kyron Powell would want to go here and stamp his authority on this game. What an unfortunate way to get out. Ross Powell was looking so good. But I guess Webb will have to now dig deep, forget what just happened, and just focus now on making 100, because I think that's the only way he could appease the spectators as he comes across and just pushes it into the offside, can score. So here he goes, bowling now to Webb. That's struck, that's close, he's gone. Webb is gone. And so, having had the run out, the follow-up is that he's leg before wicket, and not good news for Dwan Webb as he comes back to the pavilion, sent on his way. Celebrations for Antigua and Barbuda.
Well, Jamie Cornelius is the man in. He's also a natural opener. Left alone outside the off stump. He's a big hitter too, powerful man. He goes once more, bowls to ball him! Left alone by Jamie Cornelius and bowled. What a delivery that. Jamie Cornelius raised his bat. Reminds me of one Andre Brown in a previous encounter, but this one was dead on middle stump. My goodness, what was Jamie Cornelius thinking there? Bowled neck and crop, leaving alone on the middle stump. Nevis 47 for free. The left armer has been. There's Kieran Powell pulling. He might be out. The umpire is unimpressed. They were shouting the appeal there. Kieran Powell was hooking, and the Antigans was celebrating big time. And Kieran Powell seems to be as unmoved as anything. Shows them his arm, indicating that he came off his arm. The umpire, Carl Tuckett, was as unmoved as Mount Nevis. Nevis under some serious pressure here. So, there's a man at long leg, there's a man at deep square leg, and there's a man at deep mid-wicket and a man at short mid-wicket. They're setting up Kieran Powell here for the short ball, for the hook shot. He has to know what he's doing. Races in now to bowl. Again, he goes for the snorter. Left alone outside the off stump. So, he has a plan. The plan is we're going to try to bounce out Kieran Powell. Here he goes once more as he races in once more to bowl to Powell. Here he goes again. This time he's up and he punches into that. Kieran Powell slaps it to the offside. He was just waiting for one in his half and he creamed it to the offside for 4. Hey, here he goes once more. Moves in now to bowl to Powell. This time he's turning it into the offside. That's running down the hill. That's going to run pretty close to the boundary. It's going to run across the ropes now. Another boundary for Powell. Najee, you understand me? Here he goes once more. Moves in now to bowl to Powell. Powell is right at 9 and asks for the single. Gone for it. Good work there by Powell. Great work there by Powell. He saw the opportunity. They were just careless, thinking nobody's going to run. And they charged him for the single. Here he goes once more. Henry bowls. He's, oh my goodness, a false shot by Andre Brown. He was looking for the on-drive and somehow cocked it up over the bowler's head. Fortunately for him, getting away with that. And Nevis still under some pressure here at the ETW. Well, it's going to be Pittman, fast bowler. Still working on his short bowling plan. Yes, my goodness. He went so short that he banged it in almost by his toe. And that went way, was a wide signal, and one over the shoulder, says the umpire. So, he really banged that one in. So the intention is clear. Surprisingly, the long leg has been taken out. The deep backward square leg on the boundary is still in, and the deep mid-wicket and the mid-wicket. But the plan is still in place.
Well, that's our package for this evening. I am Curtis Morton, reminding you that you can watch sports if you're not fit. But to play sports requires fitness, diligence, and a sacrifice. Have a good night.